Alright, guess what? We're going to do the arcade machine. And yes, I know there's a purple marker. I actually did Rumble Mode yesterday after I beat Armies of the Night, but I digress. It's not that important now, is it? All you need to know is that we're playing a game within the game, which boils down to a Let's Play within the Let's Play. We are pulling off an Inception, folks! And yeah, Armies of the Night, what we're playing is pretty much a side-scroller beat 'em up. It's very reminiscent of Double Dragon, so much so that the opening scene is pretty much the exact same thing that happened in Double Dragon. The only difference is it's based on the warrior characters, and I have no problem with that. In fact, if you ask me how this stands up to Street Brawl, I'd say this is far superior in so many ways. Everything looks like it should. And you're fighting more than just the rogues. You're fighting freaking the Destroyers, Jones Street Boys, pretty much almost every gang. There's a couple that they did not add, but I can forgive it because there's plenty to go around in terms of enemies that we are fighting. Anyways. So you might be asking, what there is? Oh god. Sorry. I try not to yawn because I like to be a little more enthusiastic, and I know I'm not all that enthusiastic. I'm just kind of distracted. I'll get into that in a second. Anyways, I should probably explain the game while we're here so I can get to digressing. Basically, there's a couple things you need to know. First off, controls are the exact same. The only thing that's different is the camera angle. So basically, if you want to pull off sweet combos, same thing you did in the game. Same way, same everything. You can grapple people all the same. Pretty much everything exact same. Nothing changed. Flash still restores your life. The only real pain that you have to look out for is your health, because it drains a lot quicker. But the positive side to this is, so do your enemies. Their health drains incredibly quick, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword, if you will. It has its ups, it has its downs. Just pay attention to your health and try to find Flash as much as you can. Because once you scroll it up, there's no getting it back. You can't store it, unfortunately, so yes, collect Flash when you can. At the end of every stage, you will pretty much fight the warlord of said gang that you're fighting. Like Virgil here, who was the leader of the Destroyers. Now, you ask me why we're fighting the Destroyers when clearly we already destroyed them. No pun intended. Well, it's because the game is pretty much basing everything off of what you fought already. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like think of it like an alternate reality, I guess, where we didn't destroy the Destroyers, and yet they're under the Rift's control. Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I do not know why the Rifts captured Mercy. I don't know. Maybe they hold a grudge against us, so we actually have to, like, fight them. You know, I don't really care. It's just an extra. There's no rhyme or reason for it, but it's actually kind of a nice touch, and yeah, I kind of like it. And yes, if you beat it, you actually unlock things for Rumble Mode. I think a couple arenas and several characters that you can unlock, so yeah, it's nice. It's a nice extra that they added, so you know what? It's fun. I actually enjoy it. A lot more than Street Brawl. Hell of a lot more. Oh my god. Anyways, so that's pretty much everything I really want to explain. For now, I guess I'll just digress until we get towards the end of the game, which is going to be in, like, I don't know, 6 parts or 5 parts later. It does go on for a while, but it's not too bad. But yes, I will digress, because you see, I got several birthday presents early this year, and I'll tell you what I got. One of those was actually the Warrior novel, because I kind of been having, like, this kick with the Warriors, as I've kind of stated. So I actually got the novel, and already there's a couple things changed, like the names. The names are not the same as they were in the movie. So if you're going to get the novel, be aware that you're going to have to try to identify with who's who. I'm sure you could probably look it online and it'll probably tell you, but I kind of want to find out for myself. Like, I think I already got one person down, because you see, I think I figured out who Cowboy is in the book. Apparently his name is like Lunkface. So far he's the only guy I know who wears a hat in the book. So in that regards, yes, Cowboy in the book is called Lunkface. I could be wrong. Maybe there's two warriors that actually wear hats. But as far as I know, he's the only one that wears a hat. And apparently, from what I got from the book, Warlord is not the actual term that they use to describe the leader. It's actually father. Which, you know, kind of respect that. It's like the Godfather, you know. It's respectable. I understand it. I'm cool with it. And, yeah, I actually got through the first chapter without yawning, and so I'm amazed. Because, you see, I can't really read too much when it comes to books. It's not that I hate reading. In fact, I enjoy reading, but only when I find a good book. Which I don't think is too uncommon, but, like, you see, it takes a lot for me to read, because if I read the first chapter and I start, like, yawning, I start getting kind of tired with it, I can't really focus on it, it's just kind of boring to me. So unless the book really captures my attention, covers like a subject I'm actually interested in, I pretty much won't be able to read it because I'll just fall asleep and start like skipping words, and yeah, I can't do it. Unless I'm actually enthused about what it's covering. Like for instance, the Warriors, I like the game, I like the movie, you know, I'm actually kind of a fan now to the cult classic. I guess I'm part of the cult. So yeah, the book, I'm actually enthused to read it, and I got through the first chapter without yawning, so you know, I'm actually kind of thrilled to see what the rest of the book is like. And it's actually not too long, it's like only 112 pages, so in terms of book, it's not too bad, I find. I've seen books that go up to thousands, okay? I've never read them, because God forbid I actually attempt that without falling asleep within the first 5 pages. But, yeah, I have no problem reading this book. It looks like it's going to be okay. It's within my limits of actually being able to read it. Anyways. So, yeah. Got that for my presents. I also got Skyrim. And I'm really distracted. I'm torn. Because, on one hand, I want to read the book. On the other hand, I want to play Skyrim. Because, you know, I like Elder Scrolls. It's a fun game. It's a fun series to play. It's kind of all adventure and explore and do what your heart feels like doing. I loved Oblivion. It was fun. I never really did beat the game, though. I kind of got distracted with just doing everything else. Although, I like to hear someone who actually did focus on just this, on, like, the mission without actually, you know, taking at least a couple minutes to go explore and figure out everything else in the game. So, yeah. As long as there's that, and I predict that there will, because, you know, Morrowind was more or less the same, and continued on with Oblivion, so I can only assume right now that Skyrim's going to go in that general direction. And so I'm kind of enthused to play that, kind of enthused to read the book, and so I'm trying to figure out how to manage my time while trying to, like, you know, continue on with the Let's Play, because, you know, I still need to do this. I think I'm just going to try to record all the parts today. So yeah, I'll have to get back to you when I finish the book, so, you know, you'll understand that. I think I will do that with the next Rockstar game I play, which will most likely be Bully, unless you, the viewers, want me to play something else. And I say this because, well, after Resident Evil 2, I'm probably going to hold a vote in which I'm asking you, the viewers, pick which game you want me to do. You can send requests in right now. There is no limit to how many games you can vote for. So, you know, list as many suggestions as you want. I'll probably just put in a hat and then draw one name, and that's the game I'll probably let's play. So, feel free to list as many games as you want. Just keep in mind when you do that, and I will post a video that kind of reiterates this, but just keep in mind that I'm not the greatest gamer out there, meaning I can't play everything. There's going to be games like, I don't know, Contra, in which I'm probably going to die 3 billion times, not be able to beat it. So keep in mind, I do have my limits. And I'm not going to I'm not gonna limit you to not put Contra, but just keep in mind I have my own limitations that's going to prevent the game play to be enjoyable.